So proposed Article 1, to see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum of $25,400,000 to design, construct, and equip a new water treatment plant facility, including the payment of costs incidental or related thereto and all costs thereof, as defined in Section 1 of Chapter 29C of the General Laws, and to meet such appropriation to authorize the treasurer, with the approval of the Select Board, to borrow up to $25,400,000 under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 8-4, and/or Chapter 29C, or any other enabling authority, including by borrowing through the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust, and further, that the Select Board are authorized to apply for American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds through Norfolk County and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and for other grants, gifts, or donations for the purposes of this vote from federal, state, or private sources, and the said Select Board are hereby authorized to accept such American Rescue Plan Act ARPA funds through Norfolk County and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and any other grants, gifts, or donations on behalf of the town, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto.
We do expect to be able to get a low-interest loan for part of it. We do expect to get loan forgiveness for part of it, and there is another part that would be a long-term borrowing.
We have multiple other sources, including settlement funds from the PFAS civility class action lawsuit. We have a number of capital articles that are, I believe, in one of the next articles, that we're looking to close out and apply those funds toward this as well. And then we have a $1.5 million legislative earmark that we can use toward the water treatment facility as well. And as Brian said, we have lots of estimates for what we can do if this were approved and we borrow. Our application with SRF has to be completed once we get authorization for the borrowing. And at that point, we'll get terms for the SRF loan in terms of the length of time that we can borrow. We're hoping we get the 0% interest. They've indicated that if it's PFAS related or if there's any PFAS component, that they'll give 0% interest. And if they'll let us go up to 30 years at 0% interest, we'll take advantage of that. Otherwise, it's typically a 20-year borrowing. So
We need this, the PFAS thing. There's no doubt about it. It's being mandated. I'm not comfortable with the mandating situation on a lot of things that the state are doing. I'd rather be last, not first. And they tell me that there's only so many people. Beta, I watch the videos and stuff. They say there's only so many different people who can do this, and I disagree with that. I think technology and competition will drive the price down, in my opinion. But we do need it. Basically, I just want to ask why is this not being proposed as a debt exclusion?
Bonding requires a 2/3 vote.
And how about the other thing I asked? I'm sorry. So they're both 2/3
Oh,
debt exclusion.
The debt exclusion would require a ballot question.
Right.
Yep.
So why wouldn't we go through debt exclusion due to the fact that taxpayers not only get to agree with what we're trying to do, but at the same time, when it comes to its sunset date, we'd be able to agree what goes on with our town's money at that point.
There's no easy answer. There's no easy answer on this. I feel like there's a risk no matter what we do. If we push forward, there's a risk that the technology gets cheaper. If we push forward, there's a risk that the construction costs come down. If we don't do this, there's a risk in the opposite. There's a risk that the construction costs escalate. There's a risk that we get, dinged by the government because we're not meeting our PFAS levels. So I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Roughly, we have about 7-something million, if you include that, to put towards this project. So why would we ask for 25.4 million?
Because you have to bond at the full value of the project. You have to authorize borrowing at the full value of the project.
Where would I find that?
Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 44, Section 8-4, or Chapter 29C.
the list of articles that had borrowing in previous years. Most of them are water. There are a couple of very small sewer articles that I also included here, seeing as how this treatment plant, as far as I'm aware, has a small portion that sewer would be covered if their offices being built as part of it. So because these were borrowed, they would need to be reauthorized at town meeting for a similar borrowing term, which again would be covered by the water treatment facility project.
So Article 4 is a very similar article to Article 3, to transfer the amount of $154,451.44 from available funds to cover the installation and related costs of a replacement HVAC system at the library specifically. And there's an explanation down below related to, the attempt to use ARPA funds and so on. So that seems pretty straightforward to me. Yeah, anything?
I would agree.
Okay. Article 5, possible Article 5, this is the one about potentially changing the date of town meeting to be the third Monday in May, unless the select board votes on or before December 31st of the preceding year to establish another date and or time within the fourth quarter of the fiscal year. And then possible Article 6, the town, with the recommendation of the CPC committee, the Community Preservation Committee, will vote to transfer and appropriate the following amounts from the Community Preservation Fund pursuant to the Community Preservation Act, and there's $160,000 for the water supply line to the PAL, and $25,000 for windows at the Humphrey House.
Move that the select board vote to accept warrant articles 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as printed.
All those in favor? Aye.
Select board vote to close the warrant for the special town meeting on October 7, 2024.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.